Good day.
So, I was a student, and like many other college students, I barely had any money to survive, let alone to buy data plans with those outrageous prices. We had to adapt and rely on public network, like our campus or libraries, for our studies. Yes, contrary to popular beliefs, some college students are actually studying something. The problem is, many public networks are much more restrictive in what kind of information that the user could access. In our campus network, we can access Instagram and TikTok all day, no problem. But we cannot open the site for our studies. Strangely, my campus also had a contract with a provider to sell a subscription based Wi Fi service in campus that was less censored and just slightly faster. No, I will not pay for that or pay for VPN. So, I had to find the easiest way to unblock the restriction of the network. There are a few ways a network could restrict access to some sites. One most common is by using DNS block. The network will provide the user with their own DNS resolver. DNS resolvers work by pinpointing the exact location, but to find the page that is being requested by the user in the network. The censored resolver will just deny any unapproved request from the users and return a 404 not found page. Or, if the owner is fancy enough, a custom page about their dating profile. That method of censorship is weak. Users can simply change to their own DNS resolver in their adapter setting right here. Some modern browsers also has built-in DNS resolver changer inside their application, making this kind of blocking obsolete. The network administrators had to innovate and use the next most common method used in censoring the network, still using DNS block, but instead of letting the user use their own resolvers, they block the port used for DNS, which is port 53, and force the users to use their DNS resolver. No matter the setting used on the user side, the network will always use the censored DNS resolver. At this point, most users will just give up and just accept the censorship or will cash out and pay for VPN subscriptions. But we are not most users and will try to break the censorship for free. There are also other methods of securing the network that is very restrictive, like Fortinet. This program can block the actual URL that was requested by the users, and many other fancy features to prevent easy hacking. While many Linux-based network administrators are more lenient, almost all who use Fortinet are a pain in the back. To be honest, if the network administrator is paying actual money for Fortinet subscription, this network might not worth leeching from. Even VPNs cannot unblock the censorship of this kind of network sometimes. Okay, how do you beat the DNS block when the port 53 is blocked by the network? You simply use DNS crypt or DNS over HTTPS, which usually use port 443. One of the ports that is practically cannot be blocked by the administrator. This is the default port that is used by the secure HTTP protocol, aka browsing most of the internet. The very simple way to use DNS crypt or DNS over HTTPS is by using simple DNS crypt. Download the application from the official GitHub, install the application, restart your PC. After restart, open the application, run the DNS crypt service, connect to the network, and enable the DNS proxy to your adapter by clicking this. After that, try to access the censored site. If you can access it now, congratulations, you beat the censorship. If the blocked site is still inaccessible, try disabling and enabling your adapter several times, because your browser might still stuck using the old censored DNS. You can try to flush the DNS too, or some resolvers might be blocked by the network administrator. You can get diligent and try to find resolvers that are not blocked manually. A reminder, if the network is the kind that requires you to log in and you cannot access the login page after installing DNS crypt, you might want to do this. Connect to the public network, but don't enable the proxy for your adapter yet. Instead, go to your network adapter settings in Control Panel, Network and Internet, Network and Sharing Center, change adapter settings. Right-click at your Wi-Fi adapter or other adapter that you are using to connect to the network. Click Properties, double-click on Internet Protocol version 4, clear the preferred DNS server, leave it blank, and click OK. Now open the login page, and after you're done signing in, change the preferred DNS server value back to 127.0.0.1. DNS script usually change it back on its own, but just to be safe, do it yourself. You may have to do this every time you use this network. Well, beggar can be chooser. Okay, not using a PC. How about phone? To use DNS script or DOH on your phone effectively, you have to root your device, which for most people is a hassle, and some applications hide the advanced features behind a paywall. Instead, you can try to use Tor network to access ClearNet, aka regular internet. Install Orbot from the Play Store or App Store. Open the application. Choose which applications that you need to use the Tor proxy, like your browser. Then, connect to the Tor network. You can try to start browsing after that. For PC, just download Tor browser from the official site, install it, then open the browser, try accessing regular sites from the browser. The downsides, it is incredibly slow. The network is run by volunteers, so don't complain so much. The other thing is, many owners block Tor from accessing their sites. Bummer. Another alternative is by using I2P network. But this method might not be suitable for our purpose. I tried to load a few pages several years ago, and it took hours or even days to load. And that's using my home internet, not public network. Maybe a topic for another day. Well, have you successfully unblocked your network censorship? You have any other method that you use successfully? Just leave a comment below. See you next time. Thank you.